there is really a muddy pond. It's just a small hole, and it's muddy all the time.
Lay down the water.
It is very much a Mennonite community. We, the Guenther family, my parents and my grandparents, moved here in 1965. It was strictly horse and buggy, crosscut saw and axe. Teenage boys growing up said we've had enough of this and went and bought some chainsaws, and one thing to the next, and today it's all modern. I guess the only one that actually works or uses horses and mules is my dad and myself. Everybody else has gone modern. I grew up in that sorghum making. I remember as a 6, 7, 8-year-old boy, I could hardly stand to go to school. I would rather go to the cane field and strip and cut cane. As I got to be near 20 years old, I said there's just no way that I'm going to be able to make a living with this, and I said I'm going to go find me another job. And I ventured out and found out that the world is a mean place if you didn't know what you were doing, and decided that what Dad had going back home with the sorghum making, that I'm going to step in there and I'm going to convert this from the old-timey horse-drawn ways, and I'm going to build some equipment so that we can be profitable with this and make more sorghum and better sorghum. I was full-fledged back into it and have never looked back. Sorghum grows here in 4 months, and no matter how much you cook it or what kind of a process you do to it, you cannot boil it into sugar. All it does is boils down and makes a thick, sweet syrup. The misconception about sorghum versus molasses, although everybody calls sorghum molasses, but it's actually sorghum cane. And because of that, it seems like sorghum has always been somewhat the underdog. Sorghum is very high in iron, antioxidants, potassium, and it's just a much healthier sweetener for you. Guarantee you, it will not make you fat, but I will tell you the butter and the biscuits will get you. I live to promote sorghum. I guess that's my passion in life, and with all of my being, I promote that. I haven't kept track of it recently, but I eat somewhere around 5 to 7 gallons of it a year. There are other people that make sorghum, and I'm not going to criticize anybody's sorghum. I think all sorghum is good. It's just like sex. It's all good, some is just better than other. There is no equipment built out there. It all has to be built in-house. You either learn to do this work yourself, or you go to town and get yourself a job. And I guess it's something that my dad instilled in us boys, that when it's sorghum season, nothing else matters. The juice to syrup ratio is approximately 10 to 1. It takes 18 to 20 minutes to flow across that pan, and then the juice flows out into a bucket, which is connected to a pump, which pumps the hot sorghum over an airflow and into this holding tank that we have here, and then from here it's put in jars. I'm gonna get my plate and put sorghum on it and have my breakfast. I'm going to say I might be a little excessive with it, but it's my sorghum. I'm going to eat all I want. That is so good. At our operation, lots of visitors come by, and there is nothing that catches their eye more than a horse going around in a circle. So we keep a horse hitched up there and press out cane the old-fashioned way. And for the most part, my dad runs that. It takes a lot of effort to make sorghum. Short nights and long days, very stressful many times, and I ask myself, why am I doing this? But you know what? What would I do in September and October if it wasn't harvest season? If I was just taken out of that, I don't even know that I would have a desire to live. It is an excitement to go fire up that boiler, start cooking that juice, and see that fine syrup run off at the finish end and going into those containers. And people come by and tasting it and liking it. It is something from the past that I'm keeping alive. Y'all like a sample of it? Would you? Have you ever had sorghum? No? All right, we're going to give everybody a little taste of it here today. That's good, isn't it? Wow. What do you think? Do you like that? It's not just me and my wife making Muddy Pond sorghum. It is a family effort. If it was not for the family, we would not survive with this. Even as a boy, I dreamed of building equipment to make sorghum producing easier. And because of that, I guess it's just gave me a deep inner connection to it. It's in my blood, yes, it is in my blood. There's lots of crops that I could raise, but there is something about the sorghum making operation that we have set up. The satisfaction that it brings to the customer is what drives me to do it. I get out in the world, I have vehicles, and I get to see a lot, and I guess I feel like there's nothing else for me. I don't look, I don't wonder. This is my calling. I'm going to do it till I die.